Hey everybody, how you doing? This is about to be a really fun video. So, this video was inspired by my friends over at the Alabama Arsenal channel. They recently released a video called something to the effect of Top 10 Guns of the Decade. Went over their favorite top 10 guns, and to tell you the truth, they were all, not all, mostly all guns I had never heard of, and guns that are pretty expensive. So I told Tim over there, I said, man, you inspired me to make a video, WHOTEEWHO's top 5 guns for the regular average dude. So guns that people can afford, guns that I have a lot of experience with, guns all that I have owned. So check it out. Also, all these top 10s lists, they try to hype it up, right? They start you off with number 10, the 9. I'm gonna right off the bat give you my number 1, then we're gonna go to 2, 3, 4, 5. So here you go. My top 5 picks, guns for the regular average person. Something that I don't care if you're a lawyer, I don't care if you're flipping burgers at McDonald's. You can, to some extent, afford to go purchase at least one of these firearms, if not more than one. So right at the top of my list, number 1, anything from High Point Firearms. If you're gonna pick one, I'd say get the C9, simply because it's their 9mm pistol. 9mm ammo is cheaper and you'll be able to shoot it more often. I literally have thousands of rounds through a High Point C9, their 9mm. It was my first carry gun. I carried a High Point C9 for a year and a half maybe, with a like $5 Uncle Mike's holster. I went to the pawn shop, told my wife I'm looking for a High Point, and I carried a High Point C9 for quite a while. Paid $100 for it, like I said, at the pawn shop. Didn't think anything about it. Protected my life, my family, had it on me at all times. And I've also done a video on that, and ammo test with the High Point C9, couldn't get it to jam. And I've only had it jam on me one time after thousands of rounds through it, and that was using some Federal aluminum case ammo, which I just don't buy anymore because it jammed in a High Point, and if it jams in a High Point, that's junk ammo. So let me roll in a few clips of me shooting some High Points. I've got a 9mm, I've got the 45, I've got the 9mm carbine, which is called the 995, the 45 is the JHP. Let me roll some footage here, right here, of some High Points, and we'll get back and come to number 2. Here we go, High Point C9. Let's see how we can do at 20 yards on 6-inch steel here. Hit it with the first shot. Hit it with the second shot. And hit it with the third. I'm just gonna keep quiet and keep shooting here now. So, out of that full magazine at 20 yards, I think I only missed one shot. So, there's something to be said with that Norma ammo, but hey, High Point C9, it's a good quality pistol. I've told people time and time again, a High Point C9 I carried for probably over a year as my everyday carry. Never had any problems with it whatsoever. So, now we got the 995 out. We're hot. Let's see what we can do on that same 6-inch steel at 20 yards. We should be able to do better with this thing, right? But let's see what we can do here. Got it with the first one. Got it with the second one. All right, now I'm gonna keep quiet and just keep shooting here. And there's the last round hold open. Good shooter. I don't think we missed a single shot with the 995. Alright, so we hit number one on my list, High Point Firearms. If you're a regular average paycheck guy like me and you need a gun, High Points, you know, you can afford them and they run good. I personally can vouch for that. I don't care what your buddy at work says. High Points are good firearms. They shoot, they're good firearms. Number 2 on my list, SCCY Firearms. Hey, let me take a step back. I got to talk about High Points more. Made in America, and they have guaranteed warranty behind them, so can't beat that. Bing bang boom, High Point Firearms, USA. Number 2 on my list, SCCY Firearms. Another company, great warranty, and made in America. They're made in Florida. The High Points are made in Ohio. SCCY Firearms, I have a lot of experience with their 9mm, and also here a little bit more recently, I've been shooting their 380 pistol. And as of super recently, as of within the past month, I've actually been shooting one of their 9mm, the CPX2 red dot version, which has an MSRP of less than $350 with a reflex sight that comes with it. Normally, if you try to put a reflex sight or a red dot on a pistol, the red dot itself costs that much, and this pistol is under $400 with the red dot. So let me roll in some footage of me shooting some of my SCCY pistols, and I'll be right back with you.
Well, that red dot's still pretty on, even at 20 yards. Oh, I say that, and then I missed one. Oh yeah, let's go to the even smaller one. Oh yeah. Even smaller one. Hey, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
20 yards. I might empty the rest of these on that big silhouette.
That one I hit a little bit high, it looks like. That one was just about dead on. Woo. Barely nicking the edge of the circle there. I'm favoring a little bit high, I think, on these. That one was a little low, but I was aiming a little bit low, trying to compensate. Alright, there's 5 shots with a 9mm at 20 yards. So, number 1 on my list for the average guy, High Point Firearms. Number 2, SCCY Firearms. Those are both very affordable guns. No matter what you do for work, you can afford to pick up one of those, defend your family, defend yourself. Everybody should be able to defend themselves, and those are both awesome firearms companies that will have your back no matter what. Now, let's get to the number 3 on my top 10 firearms for the average person. I'm looking at my notes here because I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget my order here. Let's take a step away from the pistols and let's go to hunting rifles. If you know me, I'm a big time hunter. Deer season is my favorite season, and unfortunately I'm pretty sad today when I'm filming this because deer season just ended a week ago. But taking countless deer This year I took an amazing trip to Montana with my buddy Clayton, and I took an incredible mule deer. I cannot wait to get that mount back. But now I'm going down a rabbit hole. Hunting rifles. I get asked this question literally daily. I'm not kidding. Daily, Instagram, Facebook, people ask me this question. What's your favorite hunting rifle? Right off the bat, without saying, give me some more context. Where do you live? How far do you shoot and all that? Mine is a Ruger American in 450 Bushmaster. All my hunting is done with for the most part within 50 yards. 450 Bushmaster is a dump truck. But mine is a Ruger American. I currently have 4 Ruger American rifles, 308, 30-06, 6.5 Creedmoor, and a 450 Bushmaster. Never had a single problem out of any of those. A Ruger American is a very affordable bolt action rifle that you can find just about anywhere. Almost everybody sells them, and they make those things in just about any caliber. So if you want to shoot, you know, they've got them in 350 Legend now, they've got them in 223, they've got them in 17 HMR, just about any caliber, rimfire or centerfire, they have in the Ruger American. My Ruger American 6.5 Creedmoor, I was telling you about my friends at the Alabama Arsenal channel earlier in the video. I took my 6.5 Creedmoor down there, and we were shooting that at 1,000 yards like it was nothing. I had never shot a gun past 100 yards, and within a couple shots, they had me hitting a steel target that big at 1,000 yards with my $400 rifle. No kidding, no tricks. Blew my mind, literally. So number 3, affordable hunting rifle, Ruger American rifles.
On it.
All right, when you're ready. Whenever you're ready. Hold left edge.
I've got, hell, 8.
Nice. He's hitting the lower quadrant, but you're hitting. Dead on, but you hit him right in the belly button.
You see that small one right there?
Yeah.
Watch the,
I held a hair bit higher on that one. So there's 3 in a row with 1,000.
Yeah.
The Ruger American.
You're shooting about a 6-inch group, which is sub MOA.
And I'm gonna do, that's my part 3, part A. I'm also gonna do a number 3, part B. That is the Remington 770 rifles. So the Remington 770s, they get a bad rap, but it's kind of like, you know, a lot of other things. Just because they're affordable, people think they're junk. I have a 770 in 300 Win Mag and 7mm Remington Magnum. Both heavy hitters. Both of those rifles have given me 0 problems. Shot them at 10 Magnum calibers, lots of power. They've given me 0 problems. So do not be afraid to pick up a Remington 770. They're cheap. I think you can get them, you know, $300 with a scope on them. They're even cheaper than the Ruger Americans. But whatever floats your boat, but just take it from me, just because these firearms are affordable doesn't mean they're junk. Now that we've covered 1, 2, 3, let me hit you with my number 4 favorite firearm that the everyday average Joe can afford, and that is going to be anything from Taurus Firearms. So I started to pick a specific model, and then I said, you know what, I've owned this one, I've owned that one, and it was awesome. I've owned this one, and it was awesome, and I loved it. So I've owned so many Taurus firearms that I can literally tell you, pick anything from Taurus and it's going to be good. And they are another company. They have a good warranty. I actually have used their warranty service. I had a problem with one Taurus firearm. I bought like over 10, so it's doomed to have a problem with one of them somewhere. But I actually had a Spectrum that was jamming every other round. Sent it to them. They sent it back to me within 7 days. Runs like a champ, and I now carry that one in my pocket quite a bit. But let me name off the Taurus that I've owned. 605, I think is what it was. Actually got stolen from me. 5-shot, 357 stub nose. I used to carry quite a bit. A model 66, which is a 7-shot, 357. 709 slim, 9mm, real skinny one. What else? Taurus Spectrum I mentioned. Also a Raging Judge Magnum, which is my favorite Taurus that I've owned. Big old honking revolver. Shoots 454 Casull, 45 long Colt, and 410 shotgun shells. Awesome. But I'm not going to ramble anymore about Taurus. Pick you one, you'll probably be good. Alright, so now I've hit you with 1, 2, 3, 4. We need one to cap off the list at number 5, and that is going to be the CMMG 9mm conversion. So if you have an AR-15, which if you don't have an AR-15, you need to go get one, but that's besides the point. But if you have an AR-15, CMMG will get you a conversion where you can use your AR-15 lower, put the 9mm conversion on it, and you can actually use PMags and put 9mm in them and have a 30-round magazine in your AR-15 lower and shoot 9mm all day and have an absolute blast. Ammo's cheap. You get to practice with your AR, and ammo's cheap. Thing runs amazing. I've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of rounds through my 9mm conversion. To top it off, the list. Number 5, firearms for the affordable person, the CMMG 9mm conversion. Now let me tell you, the only reason I put that one at number 5 is because it's a little bit more expensive. You know, if you're flipping hamburgers, it's going to take you longer to save up for that one than it would the High Point or the Sky or a lot of Tauruses. But it's worth putting on my list. It's not too terribly expensive, and it's worth it. A 9mm CMMG conversion. It's an absolute blast. Let me roll in some footage of me shooting that one.
Let's load one in there, see what I can do on this range here now. Going as fast as I can and still hit some stuff. Oh, I missed that little one. There we go. Ah. Now scope set of 50 feet. Back down here. Whew. I had a couple misses in there, but I tell you what, you want to have some fun. That is a whole lot of fun. 30 rounds of 9mm out of your AR-15, especially when you have a steel range as awesome as this one. But CMMG with the 9-arc mags, whew, I absolutely have a hoot shooting this thing. That red dot is right on. Those couple misses, I was just speed shooting.
Thanks for watching the video today, guys. I had a blast sharing some of my experiences with these affordable firearms with you guys. Absolutely hit me with any questions. Comment down below. What experiences have you have? What would your top 5 be? Do you not like High Points or Skies or Ruger Americans or 770s or Tauruses or CMMGs? Let me know what your thoughts are against my top 5 list. Now, if all of you tell me the truth, then your top 5 should be exactly the same as mine, because I'm just sitting here, a regular old dude, telling you the truth. But a big thanks to Alabama Arsenal for inspiring me to make this video. You guys go check them out. Don't forget to subscribe to the WHOTEEWHO channel if you haven't already. Don't forget to check out my friends at the Heavy Metal channel if you haven't already. We will see you on the next one. Stay tuned for a whole lot more awesome videos. WHOTEEWHO!